In this video, I'm going to tell you why you can't recover from anxiety and why it just seems to keep going and going and going, and no matter what you do, the mistake that you're making and what you can do about it right now. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Dan and I help people recover from anxiety and DPDR. I know exactly how you feel because when I was going through my recovery from anxiety and DPDR, I tried absolutely everything to try and get rid of it. You know, we're talking meditation, seeing a psychologist, a hypnotherapist, different diets, different breathing techniques, and even the really weird sort of kooky stuff like tapping and earlobe pulling and listening to certain types of music and all that. And look, nothing worked. I was at a loss. I didn't know what to do. Nothing ever felt long term. Nothing ever felt to me, yeah, this is it. This is going to do it. This is what's going to make the difference for me. The reason it stuck around for so long for me is not necessarily because what I was doing was wrong. It's because nobody ever told me what was keeping anxiety alive. It's a trained, learned behavior, which right now is stuck on loop that your nervous system is going through again and again and again. One of the biggest things that keeps that panic fire alarm button pressed all the time is that you're avoiding things because you don't want to feel anxious. So that's that seeking safety. And so what happens here is that when you avoid anything because you don't want to be anxious, you're telling your mind that this thing is scary. And you can see how that's so counterintuitive. You know, you want to get rid of the anxiety and feel better. So if you avoid that thing, you don't have any anxiety. And so you do feel a little bit better. But if you do that for everything in your life, or even a lot of things in your life, then your mind is going to see a lot of things as dangerous. And so as soon as you even think about it, it's going to press that fire alarm and you're stuck back in anxiety again. The way to change this is to do whatever it is, regardless of how you feel. And then you start to train your mind that this thing isn't dangerous. Eventually, your mind will learn that and your anxiety will lessen more and more over time as you start to do these things. A massive trap that keeps anxiety alive, which you're falling into as well right now, is trying to almost force yourself to be calm. So an example of that would be asking yourself, am I calm at the moment? Do I feel calm? This is hypervigilance. Do you think you can be so calm when you're working so hard on checking if you're calm or not? You know, you can almost think of it like relaxing at the beach, you know, and everyone's just sort of laying out in the sun or whatever. And then somebody sort of keeps going, oh, is everyone relaxed yet? What about now? Are you relaxed now? You know, oh, are you relaxed now? It's just like, dude, like, I'm going to relax without you having to say anything. And the way that you get to that point is by being comfortable feeling uncomfortable. So you don't have to feel perfect in order to know that things are going to be okay. The more comfortable you can get with feeling uncomfortable, then the calm is going to naturally come by itself. Another massive mistake I made as well is using coping mechanisms. Coping mechanisms are really good for short term. Rewiring the brain, that's really good for long term. And everybody I work with, this is what I look for with them. This is about retraining your mind and your mind relearning how to live in a way that is calm and doesn't see danger everywhere. And so if you're doing coping strategies, just think about all the evidence. How long have you been doing coping strategies? Has it made any significant long-term progress or effect? I'm guessing not. And the reason is because short-term stuff doesn't work. A really important thing that you might not realize is that your nervous system learns through experience, not by logic. You have to show your brain through action that you are safe and that everything is okay. And the way that you do that is by sitting with the feelings, reminding yourself it is just anxiety. And slowly, your mind and your nervous system begins to learn through experience. And this experience is so crucial. I remember when I was going through it as well, the tiniest thing would set me off. And I would do the coping strategies. And what was really weird with me is that like everything set me off, but particularly coffee. Like I love to drink coffee, even if it's just a couple of cups a day. But even thinking about having a coffee would be enough to get my heart racing. And then all the thoughts of, well, what happens if you do have it and you have a panic attack and your heart rate rises? And then also the counter thoughts of, oh, but that you want a coffee and now you're too afraid to have one, and does that mean you're a failure and you're never going to be able to have one again, and just all this stuff. I mean, you can see how the mind is just going to run away with itself. And so you do it through action, and that is the thing which is going to teach your mind and your nervous system that it is indeed safe. The cycle breaks not when anxiety disappears, but when you stop seeing anxiety as a problem that needs solving. I get that it can be difficult sort of wrapping your head around all this, and I help people from all over the world recover from this. And if you want help in not just understanding it, but actually how to apply it to your life, then check out the Freedom course. It really is going to work wonders for you. It's going to make you feel so much more in control. It lays out the full recovery process, and it gets you to a point where you are just living your normal life again, and anxiety isn't even a part of your life. If you do want to check that out, I'd love to see you in there. All the info and the success stories are on the website. So if you do want to be calm as well, then go check that out. The link is in a pinned comment and the description. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.